Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and we recently received a call that definitely prompted us to bring the big wrecker out here on TNB Trails. Now, there is apparently a Jeep Gladiator or an R&R Warrior down in the middle of a river, and supposedly the dude was like parking too close to the edge to take pictures or something, and long story short, the Jeep is in the river. Now, I don't know how much damage the Jeep has sustained, but hopefully we can get this thing out there, get the Jeep out, and get it back to the garage. So that is what we were about to do. Let's fire up the heavy wrecker and see what we can do. Now, normally I would have brought the rollback for a vehicle like this, like, for example, you know, like a Gladiator-sized vehicle, but the reason why I decided to bring the big wrecker is because it's at the bottom of a ravine, it's at the bottom of a canyon, and so I would like to try to get the vehicle out of there without having to get the truck all the way down in the bottom of the ravine. Now, we can if we have to, but the idea is to try not to. Now, thankfully, it's the morning. It's not like super late at night or super late in the afternoon. And we have the whole afternoon ahead of us to see if we can get out there and get this thing rescued. Now, we've, of course, got Beans with us, as you guys know, and we should be able to pull something off here. I am hopeful, let's say. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get this thing out of there. Come on, dude. Let's go. Man, I don't know if I'm feeling the tune we've got on this engine today. But regardless, we've already left the garage, so we'll see what we can do down there. And I'm not going to go into DevTools to change it, because I'm trying to stay at least somewhat RP-ish in this video. So let's stay, well, I was going to say let's stay on the correct side of the road, but this thing is a little bit, well, I was going to say it's a little bit wider than this side of the road, but it's close. It's close. Oh my god, could you, like, maintain some pace? We must have the base engine in this thing. We must. There's no way it would be that slow in automatic mode otherwise. There's no way. Now, I don't think we're going to be using that front winch. I highly doubt we're going to be using that front winch, but, I mean, granted, we've got this gigantic boom behind us, this gigantic rotator behind us, so I feel like we'd kind of be crazy to rely on this little winch in the front. Now, granted, it's not actually that little in the, I guess in the true span of winches, but it's little compared to this. You know what I mean? Come on, make your way up the hill. Wow, it'll hold high, but when you put it into automatic, it just wants to go all the way back to first gear immediately and will not hold the power. Now, you know what? You know what? I know that I said before that I wasn't going to go and look and see, but I'm at least going to go and look and see. Let's see, 3880, engine 1. Well, you know what? Engine 2 it is, because good God, that was just bad. That was just bad. I know I said I wasn't going to actually switch engines, but, like, that was bad. I mean, pulling these hills, now it feels like it's got some pickup to it, but, man, it did not like pulling those hills before at all. Did not at all like pulling those hills. It felt like the whole truck was just working against itself. Yeah, now it can actually use 8th gear. Before, it wouldn't even use 8th gear, and that was kind of a big issue. I mean, especially when you're trying to get up these hills in, like, you know, not even, like, I almost said, like, a timely fashion, but, like, not even a timely fashion, but more like just get up the hills at something more than 5 miles an hour. Now, supposedly, this is the river that the Gladiator is in, and let's see if oh, yep, I see it down there. I think we can get to it, but I'm not quite sure the best place to get to it from. We're probably going to have to go down there. All right, let's see how this is going to go. Let's turn off the main road. This is where it's going to get interesting. So we should probably, yeah, there's going to be nowhere to turn around down there. So I'm going to turn around up here and then back in down there and actually back around the corner. Let me see. Can we restore crane, activate anchor? Okay, yeah, no. Wanted to make sure we didn't have the active suspension option on this one, because if we did, I was going to go ahead and raise it up, but it's not active, but that's okay. All right, let's back it down around the corner. Don't necessarily need the lockers yet, but we may later. Easy. All right, I'm going to adjust real quick, because I really, really don't want to have to adjust midway through this recovery. And the other thing about that, too, is the fact that, like, bringing it back out is going to be a little weird, like, coming around that corner. But, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I want to bring it... I think I'm going to bring it, actually... Whoa, whoa, okay. Did not realize how close we were to that rock. Back, back, back. All right, there we go. So we can work with this. We can work with this, I think. I think. Let's go ahead and activate some anchors. Whoa! Okay, it did not like pushing against that rock. Let's not activate the anchors then, because the anchors freaked out. The anchors absolutely just freaked out. All right, I'm going to brace myself against that rock and go into crane mode. This should be interesting. Look to the left. Up. And I believe that should be that rear hitch. Okay, good. Move it this way, move it up. It's going to cause a... Oh, boy. I was going to say, that's going to cause a little bit of damage to the engine, but not enough to make me super worried about it. Not that high. Yeah, definitely don't lift it that high. You have to be easy on that crane, otherwise it really gets iffy on you. All right, lockers. Trying not to flip that Jeep over. There we go. Okay, now, back into crane mode. So I'm going to have to be just a little bit more careful. Bring it down just a bit. Align it. Bring you back in. All right, so that should be somewhat good. Somewhat good. That should be close enough to where we don't have to worry too much about it. All right, low. Lockers on. Oh, geez. Ooh, that's why I left it fairly low. Come on. Now, getting around this corner is going to be a little bit sketchy. Let's see if we can make it happen without having to adjust. And without flipping the Jeep over. That's the other issue. Not bad. Not bad. We're okay for now. We are okay for now. All right. Not terrible. Not terrible. Okay, so that's actually a lot better than I anticipated that going. So now I want to see if I can go to the hitch instead of the... Okay, yes. That's what I wanted. Alright, there we go. And that should be good for the drive back. We'll turn the lockers off. And I think we'll be okay. Oh, that's a little high. It should be an okay balance, though. Now the biggest thing is I gotta make sure we don't flip the Jeep over on the way back doing something silly. Because if we flip the Jeep over on the way back doing something silly, I'm going to be very frustrated with myself. Actually, I should say, Beans is going to be very frustrated with me. And we don't want that. We don't want frustrated Beans. That's not what we're looking for on this adventure. In hindsight, I kind of feel like I should have brought the flatbed. I really feel like I should have brought the flatbed. Because, like, I mean, I feel like if you were going to actually do this, obviously you would disconnect the front drive shaft, but even then, like, I would feel sketch about doing it this way. I'd rather just put something like this on the flatbed, on the rollback. I feel quite sketch doing it this way. It is wobbly. Oh my god. It's getting some actual, like, solid axle wobble going. I mean, hey, it is a Jeep, so it's gonna wobble at some point in his life. My XJ wobbled so bad. Well, only when you would hit a really bad bump in the road. Like, in the road. It would drive fine. It would drive absolutely fine until you would hit, like, a really bad bump in the road, and then the front axle would wobble like crazy, and then you'd slow down to, like, 15 miles an hour, it would go away. It'd be completely fine. And then you'd hit another bump again, and it would start wobbling. It was weird. It was very weird. Easy. Oh, we can see town. So we're actually doing better than I thought we were gonna do. Come on, we can see where town is, so that's actually a big deal. 7th gear is probably gonna make it start wobbling again. I would bet you, like, rolling in 6th, 7th, 8th gear, it's probably gonna make it start wobbling again. It's wobbling a little bit, but not as bad as I thought it was gonna wobble. I thought it was gonna wobble real bad. Alright, making the turn off for town. Almost there. Now, do not underestimate this part. Do not underestimate this part at all. You can just as easily flip right here if you let your guard down. I've done that a couple of times. I've tipped over full trailers of vehicles right here. It's not hard to do. Like, you can do it a lot easier than you might. Whoa. It actually almost flipped on me right there. I'm trying not to let that be a thing. Like, I'm straight up trying not to let that be a thing. Easy. Oh boy. Alright. So we're gonna drop this thing off right in front of the garage, and that should be the best place for it at this point. It's starting to wobble again. Yep. Well, that was fairly successful. Actually, you know, to be honest, more successful than I thought it was gonna be. Right, Beans? Yeah, a lot more successful than I thought that was going to be. But if you guys enjoyed that recovery, then make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.